Welcome to the Crystal Hive. I'm a little behind schedule here, so I'm just going to actually pop up my countdown wall again. I'm just doing that because I'm going to be loading decks in, and I don't want to show off all my account details and everything. So I'm here, and it is indeed game time. I just got to load some decks in here. Gotten pretty accustomed to doing this pretty quickly, so it shouldn't take too long. There's deck number 2. Excuse me. There's deck number 3. Alright. Alright, I'm back. So, tonight, I'm going to be going almost all stream playing against Mark. We both are most likely going to the Master Vault Tour. I know I am, scheduling stuff with him, but trying out some decks that could make my cut into my top 3 for the event. And then I'm also just trying to see where these decks have their weaknesses and have their strengths. So I'm going to be starting a game with Portals, the Zealot of the Emptiness. I'm going to pop its deck list up here while I'm doing my mulligans and everything. I'm actually going to keep this hand. Alright, so you can see that pretty strong action house or action suite in Logos. I have the basic control suite in Shadows of Bait and Switch and Miasma. Don't have a huge creature base, but I do have 3 Quixos. So I'm actually going to start here with a treasure map. It's always a good start with Shadows. Just end my turn there. And then I'll probably dump into Logos, because I have 4 of my 6 cards as Logos. For those viewing, thanks for joining. Wednesday as always. Let's see, Mark is playing Xanaflare Pit Scammer. I'm playing Portals, the Zealot of the Emptiness. One of the fun tricks about this deck is I can give Skirmish to a lot of my creatures, so it gives me a new, not new, but unique way of clearing the board. Not always needed. Sometimes I just maintain board state just by my card draw, and I can just reap. But I'm going to play Logos here. Drop a Wild Wormhole, which is going to play Lupo the Scarred for free. So on play, I deal 2 damage to an enemy creature, so I'm going to get a free kill on his Naughty the Thief there. Play a Pocket Universe. I'm also going to play a Twin Bolt Emission to kill his Urchin, and I'll do 2 damage to my own Lupo. And then I'm going to play a Quixo to the right here, end my turn. Not a bad turn. I'm trying to figure out how to do shoutouts to subscriptions and followers. So let me see if I can do this. You might see some random toasters pop up in there, but who knows. Anyway, verbally, I just want to thank I got 2 new followers this week. So awesome, thank you. I'm slowly crawling to that 50 count to be an affiliate. I've got All for One Gaming. Thanks for giving me a follow. And then Outside Now. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be outside right now. It's starting to rain pretty heavy out here. And Mark and I have played each other's decks fairly often. And I remember this deck being super annoying. It's a Time Traveler deck. Really cool mechanic out of House Logos. Logos as a house already gives you quite a bit of card draw, and this one, Time Traveler, just gives you 2 cards just for playing them, and a bonus amber, and you can shuffle them back in your deck to draw them again. Let's see. So Mark used remote access on my Pocket Universe. Interesting. So he gave me an amber. Thanks, Mark. I'm going to play Shadows. Oh, I'm going to use 1. There we go. Sorry. Totally missed what I was doing there. So because Mark gave me 1 amber, that actually put me in Forge territory. So I got a key here on start of turn 3. I was too busy thanking people for following me. I wasn't seeing what was going on in the game. I am, however, going to play Shadows because I do want to get these cards out of my hand. Bait and Switch I will save. This deck's got Smiling Ruth. It's the only deck I own that has it. But it's a really fun card. So protecting her with a Shadow Self, also protecting my Quixo, so protecting my 2 strongest board presence creatures. Smiling Ruth is a Shadows creature, power 1, elf, thief, no bonus amber on play, and she's elusive. So it takes at least 2 people to fight her. And then on Reap effect, if I've forged a key this turn, I get to take control of an enemy flank creature. Really cool ability. I always want to see her quick and early. Welcome back, Shelly. I'm doing okay. Some sickness is running through our house this week, so I'm trying to fight it off. So if my voice goes all nasally, bear with me. But other than that, it's been a good week. It's going by quickly, so I'm excited the weekend's coming up fast. Bum bum bum. Don't quite know what I want to do here. I think I'm going to play Logos. I'm going to play Logos because I want to use this Quixo to fight the Time Traveler and kill it. I then want to play this Effervescent Principle since I'm at 0 amber. Cuts his amber in half, gets him well outside the forge range. And then I'm going to play Fogify so he can't use his creatures to fight. And I will use my Pocket Universe to save 1 of my amber. So my next turn will probably be an Untamed turn. I'm looking at 4 of my 5 Untamed cards are untamed. Jeez, can't talk today. For those tuning in, so no special theme to my decks or my strategy tonight. I'm probably going to be spending the next several weeks, if not next all 4 weeks, trying to figure what I'm doing for the Master Vault Tour. The format is going to be a triad format. What that means is every player needs to bring 3 decks. Your opponent will bench 1 of them, basically saying you cannot choose from these or from this deck. And then of the 2 decks that remain of your own, you choose which one you want to play. Both players simultaneously release them, so there's no ability for anyone to counter pick. So based from the 2 decks you are allowing your opponent to play, you need to choose one of your decks that can potentially counter both. Really cool format. I love that the Master Vaults have been different formats for each event. That's really cool. Let's see, I'm trying to think. There's been an Archon Solo. That was Eindhoven, Germany. Seattle had Sealed. Chicago, just at Adepticon, had Survival. And then the Denver one is going to be Triad. I'm going to play Untamed. I will play a Hunting Witch. Then I'll play an Ancient Bear. And I'm going to get Assault 2 on Quixo. So it's going to give me a bonus amber. And I'm actually going to just discard, save the pack. Don't see myself using it anytime soon, and I'd rather draw different cards. So I am holding a bait and switch, also holding a miasma. Alright, so he uses his archaeologist to kill my hunting witch. Plays his time traveler, because he got that back with a regrowth on a previous turn. Desania, so he's got a pretty good logo suite here. Excuse me, plays Wild Wormhole into the Booby Trap. I'm going to play Shadows to bait and switch. And then I'm going to use Smiling Ruth to fight here into this Time Traveler. So only one damage is going to go, and then my Shadow Self will absorb those 2 from the Time Traveler. I will use a Seeker Needle to finish that Time Traveler. Drop another Seeker Needle, or Reap with my Shadow Self, and then I'm going to put out Carlo Phantom to the right. Okay, so as you can see, I'm learning the ins and outs of this deck again. I've played it a long time ago. Really liked it, just kind of benched it because I found some more fun decks. I should have played Carlo Phantom first, and then played my Seeker Needle because I would have gained 1 more Amber. I would have stolen an Amber. So, I've said it before, always read your cards before you play them, and I was just caught doing the exact opposite. Yeah, Killer Bee. As soon as I played that card, I was like, well, fuck. Should have done that in a different order. Alright, Mark is in a Shadows turn. Plays a safe place, so he's got the same card as Pocket Universe, but it's instead in Shadows. I mean, hey, you don't have to even know the game. You just had to read the card, which is better than what I ended up doing. Alright. So Mark played a Miasma. I am probably actually going to do the same. So I'm going to play Shadows to Reap with my Shadow Self. I'm going to play a Dodger here to the left. Yeah, left a Quixo. And I'm just going to have both Carlo Phantom and Smiling Ruth Reap. I'm going to use these Seeker Needles to finish off this Archaeologist here that had 2 damage. So I gain an Amber from that. And I will play Miasma to stall him. Puts me on 12 Amber. I have 1 key. Yeah, if you can't tell by the fact that I've started a stream, I love this game. It's a fun game if you're free on Fridays. I don't work Fridays, so I usually hop over to the local store and I can bring a couple decks to teach you. Let's see what Mark can do here. If I forge, I get to use my Smiling Ruth, which will let me take control of one of his flank creatures. Which I'll probably end up taking this Archaeologist. I wasn't able to highlight it here. But he played Dusk Runner. So anytime that Archaeologist reaps, he steals an Amber. Yeah, sounds good. Fiance has... I'm just trying to get comfortable here. Fiance has quite a few of her own decks I can bring that are fun decks to play with too. I'll try and be gentle at least the first game. I won't play anything super competitive. Alright, so Mark plays the Nature's Call and bounces a bunch of creatures to my hand, so I do not get to use my Ruth. I've only ever honestly played one game of Magic. I'm going to use 1 amber from it. I've only ever used played one game of Magic. I know that Magic has a ton of keywords and triggers, and Keyforge is a lot simpler than it actually looks. Man, I would like to play Untamed. So I'm going to play Vigor to heal 3 from Flaxia, so I gain a bonus amber, and then I gain an extra amber. I'm going to play Nocturnal Maneuver to exhaust those 3 creatures. I'm going to play a Big Twig. I'm going to play an Assault, or an Ancient Bear. So that puts me on checkmate toward my 3rd key. I've got 10 amber. Mark has 2 toward his 2nd. It's actually not a program, it's a software that runs through a website. It's thecrucible.online. And you actually don't even need to own decks to play on the Crucible. You can find decks online and copy people's decks. But it's all web-based, thus the fact I can't get rid of this stupid chat panel over here. It runs on every browser I've thrown at it. I'm a PC guy, so I don't own any Apples to test it on. I can also play it on my phone. I can play it on my Kindle tablet. So it's pretty accessible on anything that has an okay size screen. And Mark plays a whole bunch of cool logo stuff that screwed me out of forging my 3rd key. Boom. I think I'm just gonna have to play Shadows here. Ooh, man, he plays a Skippy Time Hog, so I can't use any cards. I was gonna try a Seeker Needle to kill it. I think I'm gonna play Shadows anyway. Maybe. I really don't know. That Skippy Time Hog really screwed me over. Because a lot of my actions in this deck actually require me to use my cards instead of play them. There's no tutorial online. There is a quick play book that comes with the core set. It comes with two trial decks that have really nothing special or complicated to them. I think I'm gonna play Shadows. I have to use this Oubliette on his Skippy Time Hog. I have to do that because I have to get it off the table to do the other stuff I was trying to do. So I'm going to play a Ruth and a Dodger. I'm going to Reap. Or no, it's a play effect. So it didn't even matter. Didn't even matter. God, I am so out of it tonight. Usually I can recite a card from memory. I don't even... It's probably because I don't have any decks that own this card. So it's just a play effect. Doesn't matter if that creature was still in play. I do still think that that was my best option for that turn. Got the most cards out of my hand. The other houses would have required me to actually use my creatures or artifacts. He's playing Logos. Reaps. Lurk away. I don't even know what those emojis are. I can't see them on my screen, but knowing your channel, they're probably bees. Alright, thanks for coming out. Let's see. I think I'm still going to play Shadows. And I'm just going to Reap. I need to just keep this pressure on. Dodger will actually fight, though, because I want to get rid of this Archaeologist with the Dusk Runner on it. And I'll survive the fight, so I take 4 damage, but I also steal an Amber. I'm going to drop a Moon Cursor. I'm going to use these Seeker Needles to kill this Time Traveler. Gain another Amber from that. Puts me on 9 Amber toward my 3rd key at checkmate. Just going to play Untamed. Use Mimicry to copy my Bait and Switch. He just needs to steal 1 more and then I'm out of forage range. Looks like he's trying to figure out what he's doing here. Nope. Alright, so he just didn't have enough steel. I got out of the gates pretty quickly with that treasure map start. I don't think I felt like I was... Pardon me. I don't feel like I was running away with this game. I felt like I was ahead, but I wasn't dominating, if that makes sense. See, just setting up another private channel here, so I popped up the deck list. I think I know that deck fairly well, that I don't need to keep testing it. I am going to instead test a newer deck, and it's Austere Hope Rebecca. Let's put a mark in here. I'm learning how to stream, guys. I remembered to put a marker between the games. So you'll see the deck stats here are not impressive whatsoever. My board control is really cool at +8. I don't have any decks that are that high on anything. And then its other things aren't too bad. Its Amber production is on significantly lower side. But if I'm able to maintain board presence, that also allows me to reap pretty regularly. Let's see what I've got. I've got 3 Mars creatures, 3 Brobnar. I don't like this hand, so I'm gonna mulligan. I am going first. We'll see if I can get the combo off. There's a really cool combo in this deck out of Mars. But with me going first... I'm just going to play Mars to get this Think Drone out. Let's see. So again, I'm playing Austere Hope Rebecca. Hope's in quotes, nickname. And he is playing Ogara, the King of Hammer Spears. I remember the name, I do not remember the deck. So this is going to be an interesting ride. I'm just going to play Brobnar. I've got a lot of creatures in my hand here. So I'm going to play a Crump. Play a Smash to stun Silvertooth, just in case he wants to fight. Then I'll play a Headhunter, and I'm going to play Gengar Chieftain to the right of the Headhunter to use him and fight into the Shadow Self. So I don't take any damage return, because Shadow Self does not deal damage during fights. And then I gain 1 Amber from Headhunter fight effect. I went back to my usual music this stream, back to the metal. May not look like it with my business clothes on, but metalhead. We'll see if I get flagged for copyright problems during this stream, but I'll deal with that later. I'd rather listen to some nice music while I play. Alright, so he plays House Dis for an Ember Imp, so I can only ever play 2 cards this turn. And then he plays a Pit Demon. So I'm going to play Brobnar. If I reap across the board here, I can actually start taking control of the board. But I think I'm going to have Headhunter kill this Ember Imp first. Then I'm going to reap with... Oh, sorry, there's a Shadow Self. So I'll just have Crump fight the Ember Imp then. And then I'll reap with these 2. Forgot I had to kill through that Shadow Self first. But you can see, like, I already have pretty large board control. So if I just reap, and I have 5 Brobnar creatures right now. If I can keep claiming Brobnar, unless he can steal 5 or more Amber every turn, I'm going to outpace him and beat him to keys. It's one thing that people often forget with, with the game of Keyforge is it's always fun to play more and more cards to see a huge board. Local player and a friend of mine out here has a deck with 23 creatures. So it's awesome to see your board that wide, that you have that many options, that many creatures to reap with. However, if you're winning a board state and your opponent isn't showing that they can do anything about it, just abuse the house that you have the most cards of. It would make 0 sense for me right now to play with the current state before Mark takes his turn. It would make no sense for me to play my Sanctum cards. I do have 4 in my hand, however, I'm going to gain 1 bonus Amber from those 4 cards versus just getting 5 Amber from reaping with all of my Brobnar creatures. So I'm just going to practice what I preach here and reap with everything. That pops me to 9 Amber on toward my second key by turn 4. Not an Amber Rush pace, but that's a pretty aggressive pace for my opponents to have to deal with. He is playing Shadows, so he could have a bait and switch, he could have a Miasma. The nice thing about rushing to your first key is you force your opponent to have to think, should I play bait and switch now and hope I draw it before their third key? Or do I save it for when I can turn the tide of the game? They also have to run the risk of actually having that card, which, I don't know, people who are much better at math than me can figure out what that probability would be. But I did make him burn a Magda the Rat and his Screech Bomb early, so he's... he had to play some of his Ember Control to try and pace me better. And then I am going to I'm going to stay in Brobnar. My first fight against Magda is going to be with my Headhunter, because he won't take any damage in return because she is elusive, but I still gain that 1 amber because you survived the fight. I'm then going to use Smash to kill her. Oops. Crump will reap, Romare will reap, and Ganger Chieftain will reap. Puts me on 10 amber, he's down to 2. I'm on check. I have had games where, similar to this one at least, but the whole game I got a really good board out. My opponent could not for the life of them find any type of board clear or control, and I didn't play any cards from my hand the whole match, and I won. So there are games where you don't need to even go into your hand if your board is already winning the game for you. He plays a Gobos Long Arms. Pit Demon steals 1, he Mind Barbs me, which discarded my Key Abduction. Don't really have a good play for that right now, so I'm okay with that. Plays Arise, he's probably going to grab, yeah, his Shadows creatures. I forge my first key, and I'm not going to do anything fancy. This is probably an incredibly boring game to watch, but I'm testing for a tournament here. I'm trying to see what I can do to keep pressuring a deck that hasn't had a full board clear answer yet. Just going to play Loot the Bodies. Ooh, does he have a Coward's End? Would kill 3 of my 6. It would kill his whole side, so he probably won't play it even if he does have one. This might just be some tactical fighting. Yeah, Velder kills my Lomir Flame Fist. And Crump fights my Think Drone, so I lose 1 amber. Plays Anger. So now that he is dealing with my board, and that my Brobnar presence is diminished, I probably will now play my Sanctum turn and clear the board with Spirit's Way, and then drop some other creatures. I've got 2 Sequus, which are going to keep his amber in control pretty well. And for those that missed it, I am on my 2nd key already. I have 1 amber toward my 3rd. He is on 8 amber toward his 1st. So I'm going to play Sanctum and play Spirit's Way first. Just clear the board. Drop both Sequus. And I'll give the one on the right Taunt and +1 armor. Excuse me. So now I can manage 2 of his amber every turn while these remain on the board. I also have a pretty interesting Mars turn here. One of the cool combos is I can play Ammonia Clouds, which will do damage to everything. Well, not that he has a Shadow Self now. And then I can use Mass Abduction to archive those creatures that took damage. I am instead just going to play Sanctum and just Reap twice. So it gains me 2 amber and captures 2 of his. I also have a Martian Hounds. Forgot to talk about that. That's the other fun combo, is playing an Ammonia Clouds, then playing a Martian Hounds. I have gotten a Grabber Jammer, which is in this deck, I'll show you, up to 26 power, which means I could have gotten an Ixail's Dominator to what? 31 power? Basically unkillable, unless you have a mass board clear like Gateway. Very, very powerful cards, but not something that you entirely want to waste just to kill one creature. Let's see. I think I do want to play Mars, though. Let's go ahead and play Ammonia Clouds. Because now I can archive up to 3 of his damaged creatures. So I'm going to take his Shadow Self and his Fire Spitter. I'm then going to play a Vizima Think Drone and end my turn. The reason I didn't play my Martian Hounds yet is I just wanted to see what I drew into, because I could use my Mothership support to do some direct damage. So I'm sitting on 3 amber toward my 3rd key. He's on 4 amber toward his 2nd. And there you go. He plays Gateway, so it's a good thing I didn't waste that Martian Hounds. Kind of puts me in an interesting spot, though. I'll probably play Mars again. Oh, nope, because he just discarded one. 2 Mind Barbs in that deck, okay. He doesn't have houses that have a mass stun, at least that I remember. So I'll probably just play this Clear Mind for some bonus amber. But he does play a Rise. Is that 2 Arises? 2 Rises and 2 Mind Barbs. This deck is dirty. Drops an Ember Imp, a Terror, and he grabbed a Gavos Longarms and a Pit Demon. Alright, well, I am going to be playing Sanctum here because I need to get these cards out. So end my turn. That puts me on checkmate. Just gets me barely to 6. Creature I play is Lord Golgotha. He's a rare. Excuse me. Before fight, deal 3 damage to each neighbor of the creature that Lord Golgotha fights. It kind of does this really cool cleave effect. So Mark steals one with the Pit Demon. Kills his own Dust Imp to gain 2 Amber. Uses Gavos to reap, Ember Imp to reap, and probably the Terror to reap. So puts him at 11, puts me to 5. He also dropped the Shaffles, so I'm going to lose an Amber at the end of this turn. Yeah. He might swing this game back toward himself here. Let me see. I'm going to play Brobnar. If I do... Alright. I'm going to play Brobnar. Never take my archives because both of them are his cards. I'm going to play Tremor to stun these 3. I'm going to do that because I don't want his Pit Demon to be able to steal. I'm then going to punch the Shaffles so I don't lose an Amber. Ember Imp is still out of play, so that's all I can do. So with me being really far ahead, we're actually tied, and his board state is probably actually going to steal this game from me. This is definitely the weaker of my decks that I wanted to try tonight. Has some really cool bursty combos, but it doesn't have the consistency to sit through a long game. And this isn't even a super long game. We're only on turn 11. So he plays Loot the Bodies. For being honest, if he gets over 6, or if he gets to 6 amber, I can't steal it, and he wins. Gengar Chieftain, he's gonna fight with Gabos. Gets an amber, nothing I can do. So I'm just gonna have fun with Mars. Let's play Martian Hounds. Let's just discard it. End the game. Alright, so this deck definitely has proven as one of my more powerful casual decks. So we're just going to retire this one. This one's done. Don't even want to bother with it anymore. So let's just remove that scene. Let's leave that game. So the deck I have up now is one of the other decks that I love. It's got some really cool Amber Burst strategies. This is called Mr. Uskjet, the Strange Maker. Pretty average deck distribution. 17 creatures, 15 actions, 3 artifacts, and 1 upgrade. Not super strong, about right down the middle in terms of power. Its best portion is its efficiency. Let's see if I can find the deck in my list here. I forgot to load the deck into my profile. So bear with me. I even took all this time at the beginning of the stream to make sure I had these decks in here, and I missed one. Okay. Just had to let Mark know what was going on there. I'm going to add a new chat marker. This is game 3. Alright, so while I was doing my thing, hopefully you had enough time to look over my deck list. The double Gray Monk is super fun. Also, Fogify, Neurosiphon, Phase Shift. I've got a really nice House Logo suite. And then Mark is going first. So I'm playing again Mr. Uskjet, the Strange Maker. I think that's fitting for me. I'm a pretty weird guy, so you don't get to see a lot of that. Mark is actually playing Explosion the Honestly Iron. I traded this to him. I have played a couple games of this on stream, with that deck on stream. Massive Amber Rush deck. So we'll see if Mr. Uskjet can handle it. Probably not, because I don't have a lot of steel. But we'll see. Weird spread of cards. I'm just going to mulligan. Starts with Shadows. Seeker Needle. I think I'm just going to play Mars here. Drop a Blipip. I'm going to keep that Phosphorus Stars for now, but I'm also going to just drop a Grabber Jammer. Alright, so I've drawn a pretty nice Logos turn here. Just pull up my draw deck. So we've got 2 Zizix the Mini, I have 2 Sequus. The large Amber Burst I was talking about comes from this little card here, Oath of Poverty. I gain a bonus Amber, and then I destroy, on play, each of my artifacts and gain 2 Amber per artifact destroyed. Excuse me. This deck has 3 artifacts, so I can burst and get 7 Amber from 1 card. It's pretty awesome. I'm going to play Logos, though. Let's go ahead and play a Wild Wormhole, which gets me to play Neurosiphon, which actually helped me quite a bit, because he had 3 Amber to my 0. Library of Babel. I'm going to play a Titan Mechanic to the right, and a Fogify, so he can't use creatures to fight this turn. Alright, so he plays Seeker Needle to kill my Blipip, which ruins the fun I was going to use on my Mars turn here. I will instead go ahead and play Logos. Draw a card. Play a Bat Drone, and I do have a Titan Mechanic on the flank here. Decreases both players' cost of keys. Oops. Reap. And Mark had 5 Amber, so I'm actually helping him. I was hoping to draw more creatures. If I was concerned about it, I don't feel too concerned about it, because I'm already on 5 Amber as well. So unless he steals, I can still forge. If I was super concerned about it, I would have played Mars and sandwiched my Titan Mechanic between my Ulig and my Vizima. But he is going to potentially burst some more Amber here. Okay, so he does 4 damage to my Bat Drone and kills it. The thing I love about Keyforge is when you trade decks. So far, Mark and I have traded 2, so I've given him 2, he's given me 2. But when you trade decks, you get to see a deck in a different light. He and I have very different thought processes about how to play certain decks. And right now, it looks like he's playing Explosion way better than I ever could. I am going to play Mars. I'm going to play Phosphorus Stars to stun everything. Then I'm going to play... Now I'm going to move my Titan Mechanic to a non-flank, just so I stop reducing the cost of keys. Let's see. So he's going to play Mars. Red Planet Ray Grelin on his Mighty Tiger. So that's going to hurt, actually. Anytime he reaps with the Tiger, it's going to do 2 damage. He chooses a creature and does 2 damage, currently. So I'm going to play EMP Blast. So now he and I just have stunned out boards. I'm going to play Sanctum, though. I just can't keep up with his Amber. This is awful. So all my creatures get 1 armor. I'm going to play Inspiration to ready and use Ulig just to remove his stun. Then I'm going to play 1 against Mini. On Titan Mechanic to fight against Dew Fairy the first time, then ready and fight the Mighty Tiger the second. And I'm going to end my turn. Hoi! It's kicking my butt here. Of course, I pick a deck that doesn't steal or control Amber very much against his Amber Rush. Pawn Sacrifice. I know he's going to come back and watch this stream later, because he's not watching while he's playing, because that would be unfair, Mark. So thanks for not doing that. But I have never been able to play Explosion the Honestly Iron that efficiently. He is on 2.5 keys by turn 6. Blech. Let's go Mars. I'm going to reap with Ulig Megamouth to reap with my Grey Monk and heal my Titan Mechanic and remove the stun on that guy. I'm going to play a Zizix the Mini. So he plays his own Mars cards. Plays a Squawker to ready his Tunk. Probably going to kill my Grey Monk. Maybe. Nope, just going to reap. Yeah, he's just going to keep pushing his objective here, which I do not blame him. So I'm going to play Mars again to reap with Zizix and archive my Quixo. Zima Think Drone will reap and archive my Titan Mechanic. Just get my Logos cards all together. I'm going to reap with my Ulig Megamouth to use Grey Monk to reap and heal Vizima. And end my turn. So I'm on check toward my second key. He is at 5 Amber toward his third. And I don't have any steel in hand. So if he plays Shadows, I'm screwed. And there's Shadows. It's going to make his Tunk capture 1, Miasma, so I can't forge. I don't think I have anything currently in hand that can steal. Nope. So I'm just going to play Sanctum. It's going to get me the most Amber. Play my Sequus, play my Staunch Knight to keep him out of flank. Play my Sigil of Brotherhood. Reap with my Grey Monk. Choose someone arbitrarily because no one's damaged. and then Oath of Poverty to gain another 2 amber. Alright. I was just talking to Mark, seeing if he wants to play that deck again. I definitely need practice against Amber Rush decks. We don't have a lot of them in our local meta. I'm going to see... I'm going to put Portals up again. I'm going to see what Portals can do against it. The reason I picked that is it does have a decent Shadows Blowout suite. I don't actually like Bait and Switch as much as I like Too Much to Protect. Too Much Protect steals everything above 6 from your opponent, and Bait and Switch at most steals 2 to 3. So if you catch your opponent getting a ton of Amber, I just really like Too Much to Protect much more. And then this suite too, again, medium curve, numbers are roughly the same. I just want to see how it can hold up against an Amber Rush. I'm going first. I do not like this hand for first turn, so I'm going to mulligan. And I'm just going to play Logos to get a creature on the board and end my turn. Let's see. Alright, so I'm going to pop up some more shoutouts again here, the ones that weren't working earlier. So I'm just going to pop them up again here. So, All for One Gaming, thanks for giving me a follow. Keep running away from that zombie that's chasing you. Also giving a shout out here to Outside Now. Thanks for giving me a follow in the last week. Let's see. And actually just during this stream, Philin Jero. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Thanks for giving me a follow. I'm going to play Logos and use my Quixo here to fight against this Witch of the Wilds. I always remembered this suite, the Witch of the Wilds are crazy, so I know I have to kill them first. I'm going to Wild Wormhole, which is going to give me a Shadow Self actually, that's a nice turn. Quixo on the other side, and then I'm going to Fogify so he cannot fight me. See, so I've got 2 amber. We're just starting. We're on turn 2 here. Mark does have a better board than me in terms of card recursion, so he can use on non-untamed turns. He can use a single untamed card per Witch of the Wilds. So decent amount of house cheating if those stay on the board. My deck is, I have my 3 Quixos all in my hand here. Do I want to play them though? I think I actually want to play my Untamed. Drop a Snufflegator. I'm going to play my Nocturnal Maneuver to kneel his board out, to exhaust them all. So Assault 2. I'll put that on this Quixo. So now whenever this Quixo attacks, he not only has Skirmish, but he also has Assault 2. So whatever he attacks takes 2 damage prior to anything. So Quixo actually effectively does 5 damage without ever taking damage in return. I did not. Thanks actually for pointing that out. I know there's something I'm gonna miss every day. What should I name it? Let's do that. Alright, it should now be named Master Vault Tour Testing, because that's actually what I'm doing. See, I would totally lose my mind if you guys didn't actually pay attention to my channel and yell at me. Okay, Mark is at 6 Amber. I'm going to play Logos, because I don't like him having these witches. So I'm going to fight this, do Fairy to kill it, draw a card, fight this Witch of the Wilds to kill it, draw a card, play my other Quixo. I can't see, he's got Biomatrix back up there. Okay. So that Ixaly will just go to his archives. I'm going to play a bouncing... I'm actually going to save that Bouncing Death Quark. So these Quixos are really nice for helping me grab board control. The problem being is I can't let myself fall into the trap of fighting instead of reaping. There is an element in this deck where I do want to fight a little more than normal. But I don't want to, it can't be my main strategy. You can't win by fighting. This isn't other card games. The only objective is to forge keys. So if you're not gaining Amber, you're not winning. Just gonna do 2 damage to this Quixo on the far right flank. Custom Virus, that's a really cool card. He can, it's a triggerable targeted kill. So he just chooses a card in his hand, a creature, and then he would kill anything that matches traits of the creature that's purged. But instead he's going to play EMP Blast to stun Mars creatures and remove all, or destroy all artifacts. I'm actually going to play Logos and just reap. And then I'm going to play Bouncing Death Quark to kill his Witch of the Wilds, his only unstunned creature. I'm going to kill my Snufflegator, and I do not wish to repeat the effect. So Bouncing Death Quark's fun because you can keep doing it as long as you can pay both costs of killing one creature from each side. And I can just say, okay, I'm done. So right now he doesn't have an active board. He has 2 stunned creatures. I have 3 Logos creatures and 1 Shadows creature. He drops a Skeleton Key. I'm on 7 Amber toward my first key. Pawn sacrifice his Marauder to Shadow Self. Okay. So he kills 1 Quixo and jumps 3 into the Shadow Self. My question is, do I play Logos for some card draw? I think I do, because I can't steal anything with what I have. So I'm just going to fight with my Quixos to get some Amber, or just get some card draw here. And I draw into a whole lot of nothing. He's already got 2 keys, I have 1. He's played a decent amount of his Mars and Untamed, which means he has a lot of his shadows left. I'm just banging my head against the wall here that I traded Mark this Explosion the Honestly Iron deck. It's a really fun deck. I just couldn't crack the code on playing it, and he is just kicking my ass with it. So he's playing his Shadows turn. Drops a Bad Penny. Secret Needle is going to kill her. He's going to put her back out. Going to have his Dominator capture 1 with Skeleton Key. I'm going to play Shadows. I'm going to drop my Smiling Ruth to hopefully steal a creature from him. Drop a Secret Needle. Put a Shadow Self to the side of my Smiling Ruth. And I'm going to play Oubliette to actually capture his Bad Penny so he can't, or to purge her so he can't keep using Secret Needles on her. I'm just going to reap with my Shadow Self and end my turn. So he's a full key and 1 Amber ahead of me. I have a lot of work to do here. Excuse me. It's a problem with these late streams. Come straight from work and I'm exhausted. So he's got 2 Tunks, reaped once with his remove the stun of his Dominator, and I forgot he's got a Zookeeper. That's a crappy thing to look at. Which I need to deal with it, or he's gonna archive my Smiling Ruth. So I'm gonna play Untamed. And first and foremost, my Lupo the Scarred is gonna go right. I do 2 damage to a creature. I'm gonna kill the Zookeeper. I'm then gonna play Vigor and heal 3 damage from his Dominator. Hey, welcome to the stream, Funny Ways. Let's play a Nocturnal Maneuver. I don't think it ultimately matters who I exhaust. I'm just going to exhaust these 3. Just because I don't want them to be able to fight and kill anything. And I'm going to play a Ancient Bear. Oh, you don't like the name Funny Ways? Welcome to the stream, Joe. So I do have board dominance here. However, I know this deck has or on his deck, not mine, has a lot of tricks. Yeah, so I can't forge. He just went to 6. What to do? I need to steal one. The only way I can steal one is through a bait and switch. It really hurts to play it, but I think I have to. I'm just going to play a bait and switch. So I steal 2. My Shadow Self will reap. The other Shadow Self will reap. I'm going to play Carlo Phantom. I'm going to play a Moon Cursor. Let's use a Seeker Needle. I'm not going to get really any use out of Smiling Ruth, but I'm going to do a damage to his Dominator first. I'll reap and end my turn. Not much I can do there. I do have a couple options for some stealing. He plays too much to protect, so he steals a lot. Fucker. Oh, he's using my own deck against me. He plays Miasma, so I still can't forge. So I have to steal 4. Don't think I can do it, but let's just see. I'm going to reap and reap and reap and reap. I'm going to use my Seeker Needle to kill his Marauder. I'm then going to play Treasure Map. I'm not going to do anything. Cool. Alright, I gotta figure out what deck I'm gonna play yet. So let's leave the game. So he's 2-0 with my own deck that I traded him. I need to get some more reps. Let's do Scholar Spectra Gig. The reason I want to try that is because what I'm seeing in a lot of competitive tournaments is that Amber Control is mandatory. Your deck must have it. The decks I've been trying today are decks that I wanted to look at that don't have a ton of Amber Control, if any, and they can't cut it competitively. They don't have the strength against other decks that they need. So I'm looking at really strong board presence, really strong Amber Control. My efficiency and Amber aren't terrible. They are slightly below average. Yeah, so I've got a lot of out-of-hand damage with 3 punches and an Anger, Screech Bomb, Gormavam. I've got those 2 Omni effects, and a lot of capture here in Sanctum. I also have a lot of capture in Shadows, so let's give it a shot. I'm going to be first player, and yeah, so after this match, I'll play one more. I will message you, Joe, what the channel password and everything is, and we'll go toe to toe. Based on what I'm seeing, I actually like this hand, so I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to play Sanctum and start with Champion Anafiel. Sorry for my screen's going bright for a second. I'm tabbing out to send some messages. Okay. Oh, okay. No, that's fine. I know this stream gets pretty late. I'm gonna play Brobnar just to get a whole bunch of cards out of my hand here. I am gonna punch my own creature. Play Anger. Play a Screech Bomb. I don't think they usually start the tournaments at 1, don't they? I work until 1 on Saturdays, so it makes it hard for me to travel anywhere other than right near work. I would love to be able to get a Gamma deck, though. Maybe I'll just use Jedi Mind Tricks to convince you to go play, and then if you win, give me the deck. Alright, so Mark plays Save the Pack, destroys damaged creatures, he gains 1 chain. Then he's going to drop some Untamed stuff. I'll play Shadows again, or sorry, Sanctum again. Champion NFL. I'm going to play Sergeant Zakiel to the left to have it fight and get rid of that Witch of the Eye, because that could be super annoying. Reason I didn't use my Spirit's Way there is because I know that he probably has some better creatures to come out, and I didn't want to waste a full board clear on something smaller that I could deal with in a really simple way. Yeah, I know I think there's 3 total stores in the area that got Gamma decks, which is awesome. I just hope they can host tournaments when I'm available. Sundays are generally better. Every other Sunday, full nerddom, I run a D&D campaign, so every other Sunday is out. But I wouldn't mind traveling out to Longmont. That would be a pretty reasonable drive to go get a Gamma deck, or try to get a Gamma deck. Oh, I don't know what I want to do here. I think I want to play Shadows. Let's just play a Shadow Self. Play an Evasion Sigil to discourage fighting. I'm going to play a Relentless Whispers to kill that Grenade Snib. And then I'm going to play a Pawn Sacrifice on Sergeant Zakiel to do 3 damage to each of his creatures. Pick Untamed. Reap with his Niffleape. Plays a Giant Sloth. That's a fun card. Whippoorwill, Hacker of the Simple Avenue. I have not seen this one yet. It's throwing me a curveball. I'm going to play Brobnar and drop a Headhunter to the right to protect it with the Shadow Self. Play a Ganger Chieftain to ready and fight with the neighboring creature. And cool, Evasion Sigil doesn't block it. I'm going to go ahead and kill his... No, I can't kill either of these. Oh, can I? +5. I'm going to kill his Niffleape. All that damage goes to my Shadow Self. I'm then going to punch his Ganger Chieftain and punch his Giant Sloth. And end my turn. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I think I've hit actually a stream high of 8 or 9 viewers at once, so kudos everybody. Helped me slowly climb up to the 50 followers affiliate. I know I work with a select small audience. If you don't play Keyforge, you probably don't want to watch a stream about Keyforge. So, not really something that's a game that appeals to people that don't play. Thanks, Joe. It's 9. Some people are like, 9. But I don't care. One more than each week. I'll eventually get to 50, if ever. I don't care. I'm not about streaming just to get numbers. I'm streaming because I like playing this game. And while I'm playing it, why not let people watch? Mark plays a Brobnar turn, does some decent stuff. Nothing super scary yet. I think Sanctum is going to be my proper turn here. However, Shadows looks like it would be okay. I do want to keep his board small, so I'm going to play Shadows. I'm going to drop a Secret Needle. I'm going to play a Pawn Sacrifice to get rid of Ganger Chieftain. And I'm going to do 3 damage to Giant Sloth and 3 to Crump, which will kill both. And end my turn. Yeah, exactly. You got to start somewhere, and I don't ever watch his stream. I know of him, Ninja from Fortnite, and he gets what, 100,000 views a day or something like that, if not more. I don't care to ever get that famous, and I'm not that good at actual action video games, so why not play card games? I love puzzle video games, though. Oh, now I gotta think of that. I can't think of the game's name. Where is it? Oh yeah, so puzzle video games. If you have Steam, totally unpaid, dropping of some fun tips here. Limbo, Limbo, is a phenomenal game. And then the same designers and producers made a game called Inside. Side-scroller, very simple, cool, like hand-drawn art. Love it. It's an awesome game. And yeah, Limbo is amazing. Have you played... Yeah, Inside is so cool. I won't give any spoilers about the storyline of Inside. The puzzles are much more difficult. So, if you liked Limbo, you'll love Inside. Well, that wasn't very nice. He plays a Lost in the Woods, returns a couple creatures to my deck. Excuse me. Well, I'm going to play Sanctum, play Commander Remiel, and play a Terms of Redress to gain 1 and capture 2, and call that quits. just gonna skip that song. Not a fan of it. Alright, let's just change the station. Let's go to some old school, like early 2000s rock here. Alright, so he plays Coward's End to kill my Commander Remiel. And then he gained... Did he gain Amber from it? No. Alright, I finally get a key. I am going to play... Shadows. Let's play Relentless Whispers. Just get a bonus Amber, and let's play a Shadow Self. This game is much different than the others. He's not playing an Amber Rush deck. I don't know this deck at all, so I don't know what it's trying to do. From its houses, it looks like it's trying to flood the board, but from what I've seen in play, it looks like it has a lot of control. Just the ability to do some out-of-hand damage, to board wipe, return creatures, all that kind of stuff. Plays Mars, drops Tunk, that's it. I am going to play Sanctum. I'm actually going to... do I want to? I've seen most of his deck. I'm going to discard Spirit's Way. I'm probably going to regret it. I'm going to play a Bulwark next to Shadow Self because I'm mean and I love it. I'm going to play Take Hostages just for the bonus Amber. I only have one more Knight in my deck, so I might as well just play Honorable Claim. I'm going to gain a bonus Amber and then I capture one on each of my Knights. Just plays Mars again. Buffs his Ixalig's Dominator, so it's at power 3 right now. Looks like Brobnar will be my play next turn. I've got 3 Brobnar cards. Gonna play a Headhunter here on the left. Ganger Chieftain to ready and fight with that Headhunter to kill that Ixalig Marauder. The damage goes to the Shadow Self. I'm going to play a Bumpsy to the left, make him lose an Amber. Still holding on to the Screech Bomb. I want to use it for when he can actually forge, and it would make him go below his ability to forge. What's he gonna do? He's picking Mars again. So he can get 4 Amber just from reaping, because he can reap with all 3. And then John Smith would ready another to allow him to reap again. So he tries to fight with Tunk. Tunk's exhausted with no effect due to Evasion Sigil. It's a really cool card that helps me keep my board intact. Sometimes it comes back to bite me if I need to fight and I'm not able to. I think I'm going to play a Shadow's turn here. So I'm going to use Nerve Blast to steal 1 and kill his John Smith. I'm going to play an old Bruno to the right here to give him 2 armor from Bulwark. So I captured 3, take him out of forge range. And then I'm going to play a Bullet Eye to the right. That way, if he somehow kills old Bruno, then Bullet Eye will get that 2 armor. I'm going to use a Secret Needle on his Marauder, just to eventually wither away at it. And Shadow Self will reap. Alright, so he's going to play Brobnar. He's going to do Ready and Fight with those Fire Spitter he just played. So everything's going to take 1 damage. My Shadow Self absorbs 1 from Headhunter, 1 from Bulwark, which is weird. Because the armor should have blocked that. It looks like it did. I hate when it does it simultaneously because my mind can't process it. This in person, I know the damage is actually dealt simultaneously. Every creature takes all the damage at the same time. But I go down the line and make sure I assign the damage correctly to each creature. He is able to kill my old Bruno, so he gets the Amber back. Which is why I've been saving the Screech Bomb. I do think Brobnar is going to be my play here again. So I'm going to Reap with the Bumpsy. I'm going to Reap with Ganger Chieftain. I'm going to try, keyword being try, and fight with Headhunter. And Evasion Sigil allows it to go through just because I did not discard a Brobnar card. So I'm going to kill this Ixalia Marauder. Use Ganger Chieftain to have Bumpsy fight, or try to. Alright, he's able to kill that Fire Spitter. Valder will come over to the right. I'm going to use Screech Bomb anyway, because it pulls him down to 6, so he doesn't have any excess after his Forge. Oops. Gotta play this Crump too. So I've been able to maintain board control. So I pop up the deck list here real quick. My board control is +5. So it's doing what it wants to in that regard. I've also been stalling his keys really well, allowing him to forge a key when I'm going toward my second. So he plays Tunk and Shatterstorm, so he loses 1 Amber. I lose 3, so I lose triple the amount of Amber that he loses. So it does allow me to still forge, but just like I did to him, it doesn't give me any excess. I have a huge Brobnar board. I'm not going to try and do anything fancy. I'm just going to Reap. 3, 4, 5, and turn. So his last turn told me that he had nothing to answer. I can't read in the chat here, but he had nothing to answer what I was doing. So if I keep pushing Amber, I don't think he can keep up with me unless he draws those cards he's been searching for. He's going to play Mars. Tried to fight with Tunk. Excuse me. And he allowed it, or Evasion Sigil allowed it. So he fought my Gengar Chieftain, squawkered. So it looks like he did some work with his Tunk there. I'm going to play Sanctum, and Bulwark will reap. I'm going to play a Champion Anafiel to the left flank to taunt protect Crump. And I'm going to drop a Commander Remiel to the left. Play a Gorm of Om, which is an Omni I can just choose and destroy an artifact. It's really good for combating things like Lash of Broken Dreams, Epic Quest, if your opponent has that. I'm going to play a Terms of Redress here, and drop that on Crump. And end turn. So I'm on checkmate with 7. He has no board right now. Alright, so he gets rid of... Okay, so he just typed out, you could probably read it in there, he just couldn't stop my board, and that's what a really early Evasion Sigil does for this deck. I am searching for that, and it puts me in a place where my opponent must have board clear or directed damage, because they can't really fight to get my board down to size, and if they allow me to just keep building, this deck I think has 16 creatures. Sorry, I can't type and talk at the same time, so bear with me. So the game actually went fairly well. There was a very slow start. We were kind of posturing and trying to figure out what each other's decks did, how to combat them, how to push our own agenda in the process. Excuse me. But you can see the power of this deck is my Brobnar House helps control the board, especially with these punches. I can target kill. A lot of the problem creatures are low health. I feel like a lot of creatures that have really powerful abilities have lower health to compensate. But then I also saw a lot of my capture through Sanctum. I saw some of my capture through Shadows. I was actually just starting to draw into a lot of my Shadows tricks after my second time through my deck. But with that, Mark and I both need to log off. It's work night, adult responsibilities. But with all of that, leave me a comment on my channel, check me out on YouTube, send me an email. So on YouTube, it's the Crystal Hive, a Keyforge channel, I believe is its full name. You're already at the Twitch channel, so you know what that is, the Crystal Hive. And then my email is thecrystalhivekeyforge@gmail.com. I am trying to play as many games as humanly possible to test for this Master Vault. I'm not so convoluted that I think I'm going to win the Master Vault. I just want to do well. So if anyone wants to test against me, let me know. Shoot me a message on Facebook. I am going to be making a Crystal Hive Facebook page. I will put a link to that on my Twitch channel when it's actually up and running. But in the meantime, thanks for tuning in to Crystal Hive. I'll be back on Friday morning at 9, and see you then.